This is a video on my gyrocopter, whatever you want to call it. My other video showcased a very heavy ship being very controllable and flying really well. It's just that it was a heavy ship for a reason, because mass makes it easier to control and you need more engines, meaning that per engine the input is less severe, so it's very controllable. But what I wanted to do is make a very small ship very controllable and very stable. And I've been having several tries, and after a whole lot of failures I came to a few conclusions. One is obviously that you don't want to use the standard racks like these as floor plating, because they're not centered. You really want to make them with blocks, because then you can put the mast, if you want to call it that, the anchor point in the middle of the craft. Also, lots of engines, weirdly, but that works out really well. Also, I tried to, as much as possible, make the ship as balanced as possible. It's mirrored almost. There are some changes because of, you also have that thing affecting everything, of course, but it's very balanced. And this thing, if you look at it, these are 8 engines in total, and they're counter rotating, so they cancel each other's torque out, which also makes it stable, and they also act like gyros, which makes it even more stable. I've had several versions of this. Initially I went for, if you look at the bearings, initially I had 4, now I just have 2 bearings per shaft. Oh, I'm gonna go first person for this, it is easier. I just have this one and this one, but I also had one here and here. This gave me, what happens here is that I can, with a button, or a switch rather, I can add 15 degrees rotation every time. So I had 15, 15, 15, 15. So I had lots of control over the pitch of the engines. The problem is that with so many bearings, the lag became well, unbearable really. It's just too much. So I went down to 3, and it still wasn't really enough. So I had to go down to 2 to make it. I mean, it's still lagging a little bit. And I had a choice: either lose my top power setting or lose my lowest power setting, which made it easier for me to land. You can guess which one had to go. The one easier to land, because I want top power. So it's only 2 bearings per shaft right now, so I only have 3 settings. I have the standard setting, which you'll see. I have 1 extra for more thrust. Actually, I'll show it to you. I'm not going to start the engine just yet. Oh yeah, of course, always. See, even now the lag is, you feel it kind of goes away again, but it's there. See, this is the standard angle that the engines have, and I can change see, I can change that's 1 extra, and that's another extra. And what I'm now missing is 1 more up and an idle, effectively, because that's what it is. Other than that, I just have a whole lot of engines doing the whole sideways thing, forwards thing, and rotation. See? So let's start this thing up. Let's see what happens. And because I don't really have an idle, it's almost already wants to take off. And sometimes to land I actually just have to cut the power, because I don't have enough control over the pitch of the engines, because, bearings. But this thing is stable and fast. Let's just take off slowly first. This is a slow takeoff. I can now pitch it back. I'm not in any way correcting this. As you can see, it's pretty much stable. It goes forwards a little bit because it's a little bit heavier in the front on purpose. If I now control a little bit, and because of the thing also acting like a gyro, it doesn't really, overreact at all. See, I got 2 engines. This is a light craft. It's a very small craft. But because of the gyros, it doesn't react like an idiot. The only thing you have is when when you rotate, you get weird stuff. But that's always the case with that. Okay, so let's try and land this thing, just not there. It flies like a chopper, really, obviously, because that's what it is, in effect. Okay, now we're going to do a full power takeoff. I'm going to set the engine to maximum angle. I'm just going to floor it. Now you see that goes up really quickly, and it's still stable doing it. So let's do some funky stuff. Because it acts like a chopper, it also flies like a chopper effectively. Let me just get some speed going here, because this thing is fast. If you angle it, fast this goes. I'm going to drop the engine. Look at that. Just going to rotate again. Oh, this is always crappy. Full angle. And it's very stable. You just have to give very minute input. As you can see, I'm just clicking it really. Just click, 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 click. I'm constantly varying the pitch on the engines. But look how controllable this is on a very small craft, which was the point. I also made a version that is kind of like a helicarrier that has 4 of these single engines, so not double height, one on each corner, with all these bearings per engine. And also have the whole engine nacelle rotate to actually allow it to go forward and side and stuff. But it flew fantastic. It's just the lag was just undoable. But it looked fantastic. It flew fantastic. It was very cool. So see, the problem I have now is that to actually land it or to lower myself, I don't have the low pitch setting that I had before. So I really just have to kill the engine for a second. See, that's, it has to be like that. There you go. Really cool small craft that is controllable and stable in flight while also being hellishly fast.